G'day folks, welcome back to the channel for episode number 6 of our Aether Pets Ritualist, where last time we finished up the left-hand side of Homestead, and this time we'll be heading to the right. We will, however, be resetting and taking a quick detour to get some Homestead reputation by killing beasts. The reason we're doing that is I want some faction gear from Homestead. To go with this chest piece, which I will wear in another level. But the gear I want from Homestead is a set of boots, which will allow me to, or will give me some more chaos resistance. Basically, has some other stuff on it as well, but mostly I'm here for the chaos resistance. So with that said, let's go kill some birdies. These count as beasts, and for some reason, the guys at Homestead, they don't care about us killing the ethereals or anything like that that's bothering them. They don't care about the Chthonians to the east of them. Nope, they are mad about beasts. They're mad about the Dermaterans, I guess. But we can get a few heroes on the way here. There's also at least one shrine. I think I saw a second one down here on the minimap. Although I suspect it's going to be a spirit shrine instead of a beast shrine. But I'm going to go poke it anyway. Because regardless of anything else, I like shrines, I like XP, and I like loot, and, sorry, not shrines, totems. These totems have all of the above. Here we go, three piles of faction reputation right there. Doomsaw I already had before. What do we actually need for Homestead? I'm very close. 72 reputation will be enough to get us there. So 2 more beast elites. As long as we're here, I'm going to talk to Calderis. I'm not going in there. I'm not going to do the Steps of Torment just now. But it is something you can do. There is a... Is there a shrine in there on normal? I can't remember. There may be a shrine in there on normal. Which, if you are interested, is another devotion point. I'm pretty sure there is, actually. Death Whale Mark. No dice. They're all definitely worth doing, but not right now. I'll probably come back and do them at a later date. Here we go. Yeah, it was a spirit totem. That's fine. Clear the area. Then we turn the buffs on and we do the shrine. This is not going to help with Homestead reputation, but it will help with Rover reputation. There we go. And now we just kind of hang out over here and watch as our pets tear them to shreds. Turn the loot off just in case. I like to be able to see things that are coming at me. Okay. Deathbringer Raiment. +3 to Hungering Reach. Pretty sure that is... Yeah, it is that one. Cool. A couple blueprints, or a blueprint. And a grand total of 0 pet items. That's fine. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to get gear from here. I think I have my gear pretty much sorted out for the immediate situation. So let's just head on over to the west, get the faction we need for Homestead, and then continue on with our quest. For the next section of Homestead, or sorry, for the next next section to the right of Homestead, I really would recommend at least 50% Chaos Res and at least 50% Vitality Res. You are going to run into bosses, elites, whatever, that do very large amounts of those kinds of damage. Chaos especially. You're going to run into Zarya, who is definitely a bit of a terror. That's respected with Homestead. So let's go back to Homestead. We will buy the boots. And also there is a recipe there for a head. I think it's head or chest, but I'm going to put it on the head for a component. Boots, those are the boots I want. Let's chuck those on. So what do we get out of that? We got -1 Aether Res, but +10 to Chaos and +10 to Elemental. 78 armor, pretty good. What was the other one I wanted called? Hysteria is decent for pets. I personally think I would rather have one additional skeleton and +2 to raise skeleton skills and all those other bonus pet stats in place of this pet. This pet does physical and cold damage and also vitality. I think I'd rather have this, honestly. Where is, here we go, Sanctified Bone. So I'm going to make one of those and put it on my helmet, and that should give us pretty good Chaos Res. Should, I think, cap a vitality resistance, and yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Keep the add-on. Goes on there. Eat the recipes. And we're like halfway to 36, which will let us use this breastplate. Pierce is 30 over, bleed is 30 over. Okay, so when we find a binding of Bismail, we'll put that on the chest, and we'll put that scaled hide on the legs. Where are we? Chaos, Sanctified Bone. What do I need? 4 Purified Salts, and I can't afford them. I need more Aether Crystals. Lovely. Can we get them from the Warden, or are we too high level now? So this is a good way to farm Aether stuff if it will allow them to drop. Good, we haven't out-leveled it too much. There is another area coming up in Act 3 that would let us farm large amounts of these crystals, but it is considerably more dangerous than the Warden's Cellar. So I'm going to farm a few of these. I think I needed 6 more. I have 4 or 5. I may as well just clear the whole lot since we're here. Okay, and I think there's a couple more. Yep, a couple more down here. Spare Mark of the Traveler, which would have been useful about 2 minutes ago. Okay, and I think that will do for our crystals. I think we're going to be short on Blood of Chthon, I think it was anyway, but I'll make the Purified Salt. That is another thing you could do. So if you go in here and you search for Chaos Resist, this Imbued Silver will give you a 20% Chaos Resistance aura that also applies +3 to max Chaos Resistance, and it applies to your pets. So if you are willing to lose the damage, you could apply Imbued Silver, and this would be 40 Chaos Res and +6% max Chaos Res if you put one on each. That would completely fix this problem, but I would lose... What are we up to for pet damage? Pet bonuses... where is it? Damage. Would lose about 3/4 of my bonus damage, so that I think is about half of all of the damage I do. I would lose that. So for me, it's definitely not worth it. 4 Purified Salt is done, And then the Sanctified Bone, we need 4 Chthonic Seals of Binding. I don't think I have that. I definitely don't. I don't even have one of those, so that is unfortunate. But that's alright, we'll find some. And we'll get it made. Even if we can't actually get it, it should be fine anyway. With that, with this we'll be gaining, what will we be gaining? 26%, so it'll put us above 50, put us at 57%. That'll be fine, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. I need to talk to people to open the door, don't I? Alright, since we are a necromancer, we don't actually get a choice for here which faction we're going to join. We are joining the, what are they, the Death's Vigil? Yeah, we don't have a choice. These guys just call you filth, and yeah, they're not interested if you're a necromancer. By the same token, these guys are not happy if you are playing an Inquisitor. I think they still let you join. I'm not 100% sure, but they're not happy about it. We are working with them. Let's go. I'm going to grab a few other quests as well. This quest that you've seen me walk past a bunch of times over here, this is the only quest that I usually skip in Homestead, just because of how dangerous it is to get to it, and because the boss that it wants you to kill has a lot of Aether damage just all over the floor, and tends to melt pets pretty quickly. And so it's kind of rippy and hardcore, especially at low levels, but also especially just all the time. And so I will often skip it. All it's going to give you is reputation and XP. Homestead reputation is not particularly hard to come by, so at least for me, I don't generally worry about it, and I won't say I always skip it, but I often skip it. The Aether Fire on the ground actually doesn't care about your Aether resistance. If you have minus 10% Aether resistance, it still chunks you for huge amounts of health. And if you have somehow managed to get your Aether resistance up to 96%, it still chunks you for huge amounts of health. So it does percent health damage and it doesn't care about your resistances. So it's generally best to avoid it. Unless you have very, very large amounts of regeneration, in which case, go nuts. Alright, we're going to start doing quests for these guys. I'm curious about their if they have any pet resistance stuff. So there's some vitality resistance, although on a necromancer that's not actually that exciting. Vitality damage is worthless for us, and the vitality resistance on pets, we already have 50% from that. What else do they have? These are weapon enchantments. That is again, vitality, resistance, and health for pets. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. What are we doing for, what have we got, 7? Could take 4 out of that, to 3 out of that, so it's 14 points. We could go get Briarthorn now. I might wait for another level or two. A level 1 or 4 or whatever Briarthorn is not particularly exciting. Having said that, 7 points in the Necromancer bar is not super exciting either. Okay, so this section of the game, there's a lot of chaos damage in this section of the game. I'm kind of tempted to go back to town and craft or buy some chaos resistance potions. That is one of the really good things about saving or about choosing the side that we chose back in Act 2. So instead of killing Isaiah and his daughter, we chose to take their side, and we got a merchant who will sell us resistant potions instead of a ring with chaos resist on it. Which, I mean, that would have been good too, but I don't know. Probably at the end of the day, choosing the side that we did was probably the right choice. This helmet again. +2 to Hellhound is worthless. Elemental resistance we don't really need. And you know what? That helmet we have is actually ridiculous amounts of pierce, bleeding resistance, and Ellie resistance. It's not worth it. We will have to go back to town and get some more dynamite. But we will go and kill the, what do they call it? I can't remember the name of the boss, but it's the one that drops the spectral crown in Act 3. I'll probably kill that a couple of times to get that helmet. Okay, and looks like we need 5 of the chthonic seals of binding. Okay, there we go. Necromancer's Bloodsworn of Frostbite. If that was +2 to raise skeleton, I would be super happy. Unfortunately, it's not, so I'm super and don't care about it. Here's the remains we needed. Here's another Black Legion insignia, so we need 5 of those. This is another one of those quests where you can get the quest item on normal. You need, like, well, in this case you need 5, but you can quite easily get all 15 normal, and then you don't have to look for them in Ultimate or Elite. Okay, here we go. Here is our 5th. Guess that would be 6th then, since we didn't get a quest update. We're going to be heading sort of northeast-ish to go and kill. What's her name? There's my bindings of Bismail too. Beautiful. All right. What we are doing now is we're taking a quick stop in Devil's Crossing to juggle some items. Alright, I want that. I want to keep the add-on for that, and I want to keep the item for that. Put that add-on on the pants, and then Bismail on the chest. So Bindings of Bismail gives you, the character, 25 defensive ability, energy regen, and some percentile damage, which doesn't apply to your pets, so who cares? And also gives your pets 10% health and 20% damage. So that is your chest component of choice for pretty much the rest of the game. If you need to take it off in order to cap your resistances, do it, but ideally you want that. Right, as long as we're in town, I'm going to get some more dynamite. Assuming I still have some dynamite, that is. Failing that, I may need to... I don't have any dynamite. Lovely. I may need to go craft some. Actually, I reset the game, didn't I? So we'll go for a wander through the mines. Excuse me, not the mines. No, I do want to go there. We're gonna go do Crowley's hideout to kill money bags as well. These guys here, they're dangerous. Leave them alone. So there is one guaranteed dynamite in here, plus a chance for a couple more. Notice they're doing actually a lot of damage to us. I was going to say notice they're doing less damage than they were before. But it turns out, no, they really hurt still. Looks like Hallian is going to be up in this top section. He'll be down here. We're going to come in from above this time. Then that way, hopefully, I can kill his friends, or a lot of his friends at least, before he decides he wants to play. Alright, here we go. There's Hallian's Whittle Rat, putting a bunch of dots on us. Alright, here we go. There's a triple rare. Nice. Hallian is murdering our pets. Not ideal. Alright, he's dead. Warlords of Frostbite. This, again, this is really nice for a pet conjurer. We're not a pet conjurer, so it's no good for us. Here's our dynamite that's guaranteed. And now we bounce to Cronley's Hideout. So in Cronley's Hideout there is guaranteed 1 dynamite. There's often 2 or 3 because if you open up a lot of the scrap piles have dynamites in them. And where is he? Moneybags is not here, unfortunately. Double, unfortunately. My pets keep dying. Alright. Moneybags is here, question mark? Nope, he's not here, so he's going to be standing right outside of Cronley's room, so that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I don't control where he spawns, unfortunately, so we'll just have to go run all the way there. We did skip Durrani, so that is nice. Scrap pile here often has dynamite in it. There is a guaranteed dynamite up ahead, and also another scrap pile that also often has a dynamite. Assuming I'm remembering correctly, I may actually have already passed that. Oh no, here it is. Not today. Unfortunate. Okay, so Moneybags is going to be over here. There he is. You can see the big skull above his head. And we are going to back off a bit, see if we can't get him to follow us. Keep our pets alive as much as possible. And he dropped 1 dynamite. He could potentially, I think, drop 2 to 4. Forget how many he can drop. So we've got 3 dynamites. I think we need 3 to blow the door open. That should be enough. We'll go kill Cronley as well while we're here. Because if nothing else, he definitely has some Aether shards and crystals here. So he's going to put up his little shield there. We're going to run around and wait for it to fall off. Kill his shard to stop summoning friends. Alright. Now he's vulnerable. And we just blow him up. He doesn't want to focus on my Blight Fiend, so maybe I can tank him for a little bit. Nope, not really. Okay, resistant Cronleys of the Boar. That actually sounds like exactly what I'm looking for. Cronley's ring has pierce resist on it by default. Resistant gives you 2 other resistances. Lightning res, meh. Well, that's not great, is it? I was hoping I would get the pierce from the ring and then elemental and poison, but I'm not sure if resistant can actually give elemental resistance. I think it gives you 2, like it can give you fire or lightning or cold, but I don't think it can give you elemental, which it's unfortunate. Alright, so our current shoulders have a ton of poison. some Chaos Res, and then a ton of Cold, which is way over cap, so I don't need... Actually, I don't need any elemental resistances at all. Poison's 20% over cap, so I do need that. That's a lot of Chaos Res on those shoulders. Not a lot else. I put that on, what happens? Bleed and poison become uncapped. But I can put the Silk Swatch back on. That again is a lot of Chaos Res. So the difference between these two shoulders is actually not that much, because the resistant on those Ascendant shoulder pads is the Cold and Lightning. And Cold and Lightning are way over cap, so that's basically doing nothing. But that 29% Chaos resistance is really nice, puts us very close to the cap on that. So maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. And what was on that ring? Pierce, poison, vitality. Oh, vitality's really low. Okay, hang on. Alright, we're doing the shoulders at least. Okay, so this doesn't have any vitality on it. Can we take that one off? So our vitality will get back with the soul shard on that Cronley's ring. The elemental resist I don't care about, the chaos damage I don't care about. Most of the stuff on this ring I don't care about. It's just that bleeding resist, which I think we can survive without. And then if we just put a soul shard on, we'll get our vitality back up to okay levels. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. So I'll just get a soul shard. And I am going to hang on to that ring though. Soul shard on there. Aether is going to be a problem soon as well. Just for fun. Alright. And I think we've ended the rest. Hang on to... Can we put that on? No way. No way can we put that on. And actually the helmet that I was about to go and kill someone for is gonna have to be a pretty amazing helmet to replace that. Okay, well it is what it is. So, back to Sorrow's Bastion. So this is a big part of Grim Dawn that really helps with your builds, is your ability to basically play Jenga, I guess, or mix and match gear pieces to cap your resistances. Gear pieces and components, and later on augments as well. And yeah, it's definitely not easy. There are going to be times in this playthrough where I'm going to be running around with below cap resistances because I just don't have a choice. Speak to Nathaniel. Leave her alone. Step away. No, okay, we're going to kill them. So freeing Ralia here will help out in Act 5 when we get to the Coven. She gives us an item that's, I mean, it's rubbish for now. But when we get to the Coven, we'll get a bunch of reputation for freeing her, which is good. Reputation with the Coven is something I do want. They have a two pieces, I think, of faction gear that I will be using. Forsaken Void Touch Totem. Our Chaos Res is high enough that I'm happy to pop that. So, yep, here we go. We push this button, we use that, and we blink away. We let our pets kill everybody. Okay, that's all done. Cool. Alright, Cage Souls. That is a ring with placed... I can't wear it, but it would have been nice. As much as I love +2 to raise skeletons, and as much as that would give us 24 out of 26, yeah, I can't do it. I need the resistances way too badly. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh well. It is what it is. So here we go, Morton's Claim. This is spider infested, and there is a person up here, Lila Finnegan. My business is my own. Do I need... Yep, here's some dynamite. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's summon our skeletons back. So, Mila Finnegan, you tricked me! Not if I kill you first. Okay, so she has an MI, which she has not dropped, which is a helmet that will give you, I think it's +3 to raise skeleton. I'm kind of glad she didn't drop it, honestly, because I really would want to use it if I had it, and the helmet we have at the moment is just, it's way too good. So I don't think we'd be able to use it. Anyway, back into the Blood Grove. We are looking for the waypoint to the next area. Or sorry, the Rift Gate. Wrong game. And we need to kill a bunch of these cultists for Shamans of Frostbite. +4 to summon Briarthorn. Okay. Now we're getting into the area where it might be worth replacing our second Warden's weapon. Although I think I'll probably just keep it. It would have to be a pretty amazing book. Shamans of Cage Souls would definitely get me to replace it. Chances of that happening are pretty low, though. Okay, the good thing about this build is I'm not interested in +1 to Shaman skills, so I don't need to farm Zarya. At least not yet. No, I don't think I'll ever need to farm Zarya. I'm going to use the amulet from here. So this is a secret merchant. So from the Blood Grove, you come around here, and this little section here, you'll see there's this little spike on the map. Walk through there, walk under the bridge, and here is a secret area. It's one of the most well-known secrets in the game, but it is still a secret, and here's Benevold and his strange wares. We are here for this amulet. Necromancers of Alacrity would be okay. If that Necromancers was +2 to raise skeletons, I would buy it in a heartbeat. Subjugators is alright, but it's not what I'm after. So with that in mind, I'm going to end this episode here, and I'm going to do some shopping. Now, I'll show you how it's done, just in case you're not aware. You open a Rift Gate, so have a look at what he's got. He's got Skeleton Key, Adept Scripts, and 3 different amulets. You take your Rift to somewhere else, doesn't matter where. As long as you get a loading screen, it's fine. And once you get here, you kind of twiddle your thumbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can count to 10. You can count to some other number. And then you go back. And now, assuming I counted high enough and slow enough, he will have reset his stuff. I didn't count high enough. I didn't count far enough. Alright, let's try again. This is how you do it, I just didn't count high enough. You can do this with a bunch of different vendors. So for example, if, what's the button? M for map. If we already had the Coven's Refuge unlocked, and I was buying or trying to shop for a faction item from them and also reset this vendor, I would just bounce between the two of them, and that would be enough time. Previously, I have done the Secret Shop and the Coven's Refuge and either Barrow Home or the Steelcap District. If you just bounce between all of them, you'll spend enough time between visits to each area that they will reset their inventory every time without even waiting. Yeah, so you can see he's reset all his stuff. These amulets are from killing the Death's Vigil, which obviously we can't do because we're allied with them, so the only way to really get them is from Benevold here. These Kaiman's badges are from killing Kaiman, which we are going to be doing a lot of, so we'll have more than enough of those, and we don't need them anyway. So I'm going to cut the episode here and do some shopping, just so you can see how long I spend doing this. It is now 5 hours of game played. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all back here in 3 or 4 hours of game time after I'm done shopping. Bye for now.